How have you been?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's a little crazy. We talked to you at this time last year. It's really crazy. It's been a year. I can't
Yeah,
decide if it's already been a year or only been a year. You know what I mean?
it's like both at the same time, kind of in a weird way, you know? And that's crazy. We really talked in March of last year.
Oh, yeah, it was like right. I think you were like our first or second interview when we started doing, screen time interviews like this. And we're like, we'll only have to do this for a little bit, right?
That's so nuts. Because I remember like, getting home from tour, man, was it like a year ago this time? And I was like, that's gonna be so nice to be home for like 3, 4, 5 weeks. So I was just vegging so hard. I was like in sweatpants, I was watching The Crown, I was doing my thing. And then like out of nowhere, I was just like, I think it's gonna be a lot more than 3 or 4 weeks. And lo and behold, here we are.
Well, I want to talk to you for a few reasons. First of all, about this time last year too, we did this whole March Madness bracket challenge with our top songs on RXP, and you won the entire thing. So I wanted to like do a cliche sports interview.
Okay, wait, 1 second. Wait, I gotta get my sports stuff. Like, okay.
What are those?
Oh, these are all these medals from like Long Island Science fairs as a kid.
You won the entire thing last year. What does that victory mean to you?
You know, it means a lot to me. It's been a long road to get to this point, and to have that on the belt, it just means more than you can imagine. I'm humble. I appreciate it. It was a good game, and I encourage the competition. I love it.
Well, we're doing it again. We're starting it next week, and This Is Our Life is in it. And you're #1 seed because you won last year. So what are your thoughts going into the tournament this year?
I think there's nothing holding me back. I feel stronger, more athletic than I've ever felt before. I'm confident that the track is an absolute banger and an absolute rattlesnake of a record, and I know it's #1 again.
Yeah, your fans really like did it for you last year. It was so crazy.
They took it really seriously, and I'm happy they did. Yeah, because like they came up big time. Yeah, and that's like some real David and Goliath stuff right there. I'm happy we're able to pull it out. You know.
Well, speaking of This Is Our Life, of course, we're playing it on RXP. We love it. We had a guy call once and he say, "Did Muse release a new song?" And I was like, "No, this is Des Rocs." Is that a compliment to you?
It's absolutely a compliment. It's a band that I had some of my most formative experiences with growing up as a kid. Like one of the very first albums I ever had or bought was Absolution by Muse. I would go to Muse concerts and I would sit in the very last row in Madison Square Garden where the ceiling touches your head. And I couldn't see anything, and I'm just like trying to like watch the show and just having the best time ever. And then I got to open for them in Europe. So it was like just an amazing experience for me. And yeah, like being compared to a band like that, it's nothing but good because it's huge music for the world. And that's how I think about everything I do.
Yeah, absolutely. So you went from basically your head touching the ceiling to like watching backstage. That's
yeah, like I have
not bad.
I have so many good stories about like being a fan at Muse concerts, like at Nassau Coliseum, which is like the Long Island arena, and the power went out because the electricity, like the show was so intense that all the power went out. The whole Nassau Coliseum is pitch black, and I'm in the last row again where your head meets the ceiling. And my buddy and I, we were like in middle school or something, and we were like, now's our chance. We ran all the way down. It was pitch black. Security guards didn't see anything. Hopped the fence, hopped the barrier, and we were like front row. The rest of the show was great.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah. It was fun.
Are you sure it wasn't just like a way to intro their song Blackout? Like,
No.
they go through it?
No,
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, it was out for like 10 minutes. Yeah, it was.
That's amazing. The whole EP is so good. With it being like just, 5 or 6 songs, you have so many different sounds in that, and so many different tones. So what was it? What did that music mean to you to put out?
It was really like the end of a chapter of all these EPs, and at the same time, it was the beginning of a new one. And I think that EP really sets the stage for everything that's to come with the album. For me, like the way you described it, where there's like a lot of different textures and environments in one body of work, like I always want it to be a journey. I never want like song that sounds like this song, that sounds like that song. As long as it's all within my vibe and kind of universe that I dream these things up in, it's always going to be a Des Rocs song, whether it's a ballad or whether it's like a straight up like punk thrash beat. You know what I mean? Um, so like I think of like bands like Queen, and like they'll have like a crazy little thing called Love, which is in this crazy different direction, and then another one, Bites the Dust, which is in this crazy other direction. But at the end of the day, it's all Queen. And there's no real modern version of that to me in rock and roll. Unfortunately, I just have a lot of different tastes and things I always want to draw from. So I'm always pulling them in. Like every time creatively, like I don't want people to ever know what's coming next to me. I don't want them to hear the release and be like, ah, there's another Des Rocs song. You know, I want it to just be like they have no idea. And like for better or for worse, they're going to be like, oh, that was so crazy. Like I love that polka record. Or like, that was so brutal. Like I don't know, I hated that country record, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like I wanted to just always just be keeping people on their toes and always pushing the music forward and deeper. And if I feel uncomfortable with the song or the music, I think that's like a good thing, you know?
Do you have a pretty wide range then of musical taste?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like the two things that always anchor me are melody, because I love melody. I love singing. I love like beautiful long melodies that no matter what language you speak, you can grab onto. And I love to rock. Like I love the energy of rock music. Like it defines every fiber of my being. So those two things are like always there. But genre-wise and texture-wise, like I can get any sound in the world today. Like why not play with all the colors, you know? So
the EP, This Is Our Life, do you personally have a favorite song or one that is most meaningful to you?
Well, I think there's a song called POS that starts it. That is just like my favorite song. We've been rehearsing it live. It's like my favorite one to play live. Like I can barely stand on my feet when we play it. Like literally every time I'm just like grooving, I'm like, I want to fall over. Like I just love it so much. And also Suicide Romantics, but that song is really a tease because I dreamed it up in a way where I was just like, I can't wait for like the confetti cannon to burst. You know what I mean? And like, then all the shows went away. So
have you just been, doing that to be ready for when things come up, or do you have any plans in the works for like even a live stream show or anything?
Oh yeah, we got a lot of different things planned live-wise, but like for now it's right away. But yeah, and also I want to keep the band hot, and I love to play. So
yeah,
we get in here and we just get weird and we jam. It's actually kind of freeing, not having anything specific to prepare for right this second, because we can just jam and like get creative, and we'll have these like very long jams that are just like, I don't know, we're like feeling each other out in a new way live, and it feels amazing.
I remember you tweeted this when you released This Is Our Life, something like, this is my last EP, and people freaked out a little bit.
That is my last EP. When I first started Des Rocs about 2.5, 3 years ago, my whole plan was an EP trilogy, and like I kind of mapped out how I wanted each one to sound and feel and how it would all evolve. So that trilogy is now over, and that's like a very specific chapter in my musical journey. And the next one's gonna be pretty wild. So I'm excited.
So what is your like mindset going into 2021? I know we're like 3 months in, but still.
Yeah, no, I think there's a big bright light at the end of the tunnel, and I think we're moving in the right direction, and that live music's gonna come back really soon. And when it does, like we'll never take it for granted again. Like I always had this mentality at the shows where I played each one like it was my last, and it was like they're always profoundly emotional experiences for me, because being someone who like always struggled to make music my whole life and always kind of like had these day grinds and would play shows at night, when I got to that stage after like scooping ice cream at Carvel or whatever it was, like I was so appreciative to be there. You know what I mean? And I was just so happy that I was gonna like play a song I wrote with a bunch of people, even if it was like usually just like my cousin and a bartender. You know what I mean? So like that mentality always stayed with me. Now I feel like it's gonna be like times 10.
I appreciate you taking the time with that. What's coming next for you in the future?
I got a whole lot of music. Haven't announced this yet, but I got a music video coming out next week for a song EP. So this is like breaking news right here. You heard it first.
Exclusive.
Yeah, this is exclusive. And yeah, and I got just so much in the works this year. I'm really excited to share with everybody.
Do you still have your medals on?
Yeah, I got medals on. I'm gonna say,
so yeah, I gotta flash those real quick. Be like, I'm the champion.
I wish you the best.
Watch out.
Yeah, because you're gonna need it.
Hope to see you soon, and thanks for taking the time. And good luck in the tournament.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you soon.